It is my honor to open this interface meeting. Ordinarily, this committee does not interface regularly with the ministry. But as you will note, that we received a letter from the minister some time back with a number of ideas communicated to this committee, and it was a resolution of the committee that we invite the minister to come and interface with the committee, and thereafter the committee will resolve as per the requests that were communicated to us in his letter. This committee is established under Rule 188 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament. For ease of reference, allow me to read. Rule 181(1) provides that there shall be a committee to be known as the Committee on Public Accounts, which shall consist of the chairperson and such a number of members as the House may determine. For your information, we are 39 members of Parliament on this committee. Rule 188(2) provides that the committee shall examine the audited accounts showing the appropriations of the sums granted by Parliament to meet the public expenditure and such other accounts laid before Parliament as the committee may think fit, together with the Auditor General's report thereon. The minister responsible for local government shall, in accordance with Section 92(10) of the Local Government Act, lay before Parliament reports of local government public accounts committees on the examination of reports of the Auditor General, Chief Internal Auditor, and any other reports of commissions of inquiry. 2. The report submitted by the minister shall be referred to the Committee on Public Accounts Local Governments. 3. The clerk shall receive the Auditor General's report submitted in accordance with Article 163(4) of the Constitution relating to local government accounts. 4. The Speaker shall cause the report to be laid in the House by the Commission, and the report shall be referred to the Committee on Public Accounts Local Governments. 5. The Committee on Public Accounts shall, upon receipt of the Auditor General's reports under Sub-Rule 3 and reports submitted under Sub-Rule 1 from the Minister, consider and examine the recommendations of the Auditor General and the reports of the local government public accounts committees. And 6, that the chairperson of the Committee on Public Accounts Local Government shall present the report of the committee before the House for debate within 6 months of the referral of the report of the Auditor General to the committee. You'll excuse me, we change rules here very often. So I had lifted an old version of this rule, but it all totals up to the same. So pursuant to that mandate, we are here to hold to account all local governments as they execute their mandate under Chapter 11 of the Constitution of Uganda. Allow me also to remind us that Chapter 11, in brief, provides that there shall be a system of decentralized local government for Uganda, which shall be democratically elected and shall be basically the basic unit of government. That the system shall be such that appropriate measures are taken to enable local government units to plan, finance, and manage functions assigned to them, and that Parliament shall make laws to give effect to the provisions of this chapter. The intent was clear: to bring government close to the people with structures to check leadership, ensure accountability, value for money, and prevent abuse of office and embezzlement. Honorable Minister and members, it is us who gave ourselves decentralization with its organs, the district public accounts committees, school management boards, hospital and health center management committees, district land boards, district service commissions, district roads committees, district environment committees, district councils, and committees running down to the village level. All these were meant to be first line of defense for public resources. The architect also include auditors at all levels of local government, the internal auditors in districts and municipalities, the local government accounts committees, and the field teams of the offices of the Auditor General. They are all the eyes of Parliament on the ground, and hence the eyes of the people of Uganda. However, of late, there's been a wide outcry from these beautiful organs have remained on our statutory books, and the feelings there on the ground is that we lack accountability. All organs of government are not accountable to the people. This has greatly affected service delivery, and as you may have noted, local governments are points of service delivery. Once accountability lacks at that level, that means that service delivery will be compromised. So, in the recent past, instead of executing its mandate by making sure that the districts, public accounts committees, auditor generals at all levels of local government are trained to attain capacity, facilitated and remunerated to realize purpose for which the framers of the Constitution established them, the ministry has come up with a new idea of enforcing, instead deciding to turn into law enforcers. The enforcement exercise is good as it is, but our question is it sustainable? Is it cost effective? Is it practical for the ministry to run year in, year out? While our committee appreciates this intervention, we don't see how it can be a permanent model. This problem is compounded by the fact that Parliament, together with other national bodies fighting corruption, both formally and informally, the IGG, the State House Anti-Corruption Unit, the police, the DPP, all have had to step in to do work that should ordinarily be handled at the district level. We are now using national resources to chase what the district public accounts committees, the local government committees, and internal auditors should have flagged, queried, and resolved in their own districts. That is duplication. That is expensive. That is not decentralization. We cannot centralize enforcement and claim to decentralize service delivery. The result is that we weaken the very institutions, Chapter 11, and the Rule 188 expects to work, and then spend money to do their job from Kampala. Members, the foundation of our work today is evidence. The Auditor General's report, which Rule 188.2 directs us to examine, reports laid by the minister from the local government accounts committees, are what backs up our work. I must state with concern that we already have a backlog of 5,000 local government reports and the Auditor General reports pending before this committee. This backlog is not just a number. It represents schools without desks, health centers without drugs, loads have done, and money whose use we cannot account for. Equally concerning is that for some years the Minister for Local Government has not executed the role of laying local government accounts reports before Parliament. Without those reports, we are only seeing half the picture. So if you have 5,000 reports from the Auditor General, if the ministry had executed their mandate and laid the reports from the district public accounts committees, I think we would be talking about 10,000 also reports. Honorable Minister, today we want to discuss 4 things. And we are not doing this because we are bringing each other, to conflict. We just want to work and serve Ugandans and support your work as you also support ours. Clearing the backlog. What is the plan that the ministry has to help this committee and therefore help Ugandans to clear not only the 5,000 pending reports we have, but also to bring all those reports that might be lying at the district headquarters from the district public accounts committees. What is the plan? Do you have to train, facilitate, remunerate the district public accounts committees and all other local government bodies, auditors at all levels of government, so that they can do their constitutional mandate? And we save you, Mr. Minister, to serve at the ministry where we think that there are also other equally important duties due to your office. Audit the local government account findings. The action we must take on the unaccounted for funds, the ghost workers, and stalled projects. Then for sustainability, how do we shift back from ministry and the national enforcement to functional local accountability structures as provided for under our Constitution, under the Local Government Act, and under our rules of procedure? Honorable members, I call upon us to be firm but fair. Our people in the 146 districts and the various cities and municipalities in the over 70,000 villages of Uganda are not interested in just seeing us visiting them from Kampala, or not visiting them as we had been doing before. They are interested and they want schools, they want working schools, they want working health centers and roads. That not only happen when local accountability, that can only work when local accountability works. In conclusion, Honorable Minister, I must acknowledge that this meeting, as I've told you earlier, was triggered by your letter inviting the committee to join you in the field. After careful consideration, the committee found itself unable to do so due to the difference in mandate, lack of clarity on the method of operation, and the heavy workload already before us under Rule 188, including the backlog of over the 5,000 reports. However, the committee resolved that instead of going to the field together with you immediately, at this stage we should have this interaction. It is therefore my pleasure to invite you, Honorable Minister, to address this committee. You may use this opportunity to brief us on how you see us working as a single team in the field, given the fact that our constitutional law is to carry out oversight on the work of your ministry. I now officially declare this interface meeting open and invite you to make your remarks.
There is something we call a constitution, which has the national objectives and directives and principles of state policy. That is before Article 1. They're setting out the principles and goals of which Uganda must be governed. Principle 26, we have what we call accountability under XXVI. The I, trust of the people. I, too, all persons placed in position of leadership and responsibility shall in their work be answerable to the people. 311, that is II triple, all lawful measures shall be taken to expose, combat, eradicate corruption and abuse of misuse of power by those holding political or other political offices. Article 113, subsection 3, a cabinet minister shall have responsibility for such functions of government as the president may from time to time assign him or her.
Procedure, yes.
Of this committee, Bubulo East.
We are happy to see you for the first time.
Manikas Rastafari, Chair.
How do I repeat it now? God bless you.
Blessings.
Blessings.
Just that. So, Right Honorable Chair, the reading from a text which we don't have, and that is the procedure issue I wanted to raise, so that we move together. I don't know whether.
Honorable Musira.
Yeah, thank you.
What I'm reading is in the Constitution, and I believe everyone has this Constitution with. A cabinet minister shall have responsibility for such functions of government as the president may from time to time assign him or her. Article 117, minister shall individually be accountable to the president for the administration of their ministries and collectively be responsible for any decision made by the cabinet. Article 17 of the Constitution further, it is a duty of every citizen of Uganda, that is in subsection D, to protect and preserve public property. Under the same Article 17, that is subsection 2, to combat corruption and misuse and wastage of public funds. So this leads me to our action. Before it leads me to our action, I need first of all to thank the Member of Parliament and the Chair of the Committee, Honorable Nambooze, for clearly stating the gaps that we have, stating the system as it is. We have a local government system right from the national downward. We have oversight committees at parliamentary level, at district level. We have park at district. All these systems have been there. When I took over this ministry with my colleague and the people we met in the ministry, we found there was a boil that was boiling that we needed to pierce. Just like you mentioned, you have 5,000 reports. What action was taken that I don't know? You've clearly stated it, Honorable Minister, that the minister, who is not me at the time, was supposed to present to Parliament or let Parliament the different park reports from each district. I've been a minister this is my 90th day. It's good that those reports are there. We shall study and go through them. But the most important thing, we have auditors, we have everybody at the district. Government every day sends money not only to Masindi district where I hail from, but to Katakwi, to Kamuli, to Iganga, to all districts equally. In instances like road fund, it sent all these places. We have auditors in place, we have engineers in place, but what are they doing? The case backlog can be expedited. That is very good. The Auditor General's report, we've been looking at it, and also we get information on ground. The campaign we are on now is a people-led. People are demanding for accountability. People are saying, you send to us money. The president, you've been sending us road fund. What is the money doing? Our roads are dying. People are claiming Uganda government is sponsoring UPE students in city schools built by government, like the one I visited the other day in Maracha, at a cost of 2.8 billion. But on the sum of that, still private students, government students who got the school are paying 220,000 in a district where you have a RDC, you have a DISO, you have all these people. So many other things are on ground that needed urgent attention. If we go to Parliament that I remain in office, our ministry, luckily enough, we are 2 ministers. One minister will be working on these administrative things. Since she's a member of Parliament, I will remain on ground to remove the pus in the boil, to treat it with warm water and salt, put antibacteria to avoid getting a cancer. For the last 40 years, the president has been very kind and polite. In his remarks at the beginning, when he was taking over office this term, he said this term is a term of no more sleep, no more patience, no more politeness, and no more corruption. Whatever we have done, I'm happy that I've shared a report with the Honorable Chair, a classified report, which she says I can give all of you. And I would request, since it is not addressed to you, read it for your understanding of what is on ground. What I'm doing what we call sample. You go to a district. I think I've gone to Nambooze. I did not have a direction of what I'm going to do in Nambooze. But I reached Nambooze, 10,000 people were waiting to welcome me. I'd already notified the member of parliament, the Rasta man, that I'll be coming. So we met people where I didn't have even a rally meant to be, but they were standing that they have had a minister is in another constituency, but there is a bridge where I normally pass. So they were waiting near a bridge and a school to cry out. But we have a chairperson, LC5. The system in the local government has been sleeping. That's the right word I can say. We have a complete system. It's broken down. Now, to work that system, we need to check them. If we don't check them and they remain on the floor of parliament to make better presentations to you members of parliament, I will be wasting time. Every year, I will come and lay what they have told me in the district, but they are not telling you the truth. And as of you members of parliament, you are fearing these thugs in the district because they are accumulating too much money. I'm not a member of parliament, but a member of parliament for Uganda as an ex-official. So they don't vote for me. The one who votes for me is the president. I must, with your support each one of you in your different constituencies to make sure things work out. Because I went to the deputy speakers. Deputy speaker is the head of the vice chair of parliament. He told me clearly, the engineer John Baptist of Mitoma has been a problem. I've complained to Honorable Rafael Majeza. I've complained to everybody. But because there is the Local Government Act, where the district local government, the district service commission appoints somebody, so the all minister can do is investigate, PS interdict, all those other things. But the solution has remained, the problem has remained. Honorable Kainda Otafire, the general, the minister of internal affairs then, now the minister of environment, Kira told me the last financial year, we received 1.something billion for the road. No single meter of road was worked on in my constituency. Now, if you fear the technical people at the district, let me not fear them for you. Let me sort them for you. I'm not witch hunting anybody. When I started with Mbale, Honorable Chair, I went to Mbale district. I went to the referral hospital of the district called Busiu. I found a husband to a fellow colleague, honorable colleague, a member of parliament of Mbale. The husband is a DHO in the district. This DHO, with his cleverness, he went to Bongoko Central, a fat-rich constituency. There's a Nayuku Health Center. They put 7 ghost staff earning salary, the remote area, the place is packed. When I reached the health center at 9 a.m., there was 1 gatekeeper and 1 nurse, and then there were patients, over 30. I asked them, when does the in-charge, a clinical officer come? You see, if we don't do these spot checks, our system will collapse on us. So, when I insisted that give me the duty rota, show me when you work, who's working when does this person, how come they have ticked them every day they have worked? To have been the first person at the health center. How come everyone has reported for duty that they have gone for outreach? I asked which outreach. So he called, give me the number of one of them. Where are you? I'm at home. What are you doing? I'm chilling. He didn't know he was talking to a minister. But he told him he has gone for outreach and he has signed. So I asked State House Anti-Corruption and CID and DPP. I was with them on the team. I told them, now, in this scenario, what do we do? Said, Honorable, this is thuggery. These people are not here. Let's make an audit. So they made an audit. They said there is a problem here. In a nearby center called Nayuku, I found a primary school next. with 1,480 people registered. Only 700 people were on duty, or were in class. When I asked the headmaster father, when I pressed the headmaster father, he said, we have 1,400. I said, Master, they are all in class? Yes, Honorable Minister. They are all there and they are happy, they are all learning. The teachers are there. I said, okay. He didn't know that I can count. So I told him this will take me about 5 minutes. I'm a business, but I know how to count. I did my numbers. Now, headmaster, let's have teachers at the door. I'm going to count one class by one class. At the end of count, I had 701. I asked him, so where are the others? That he started now figuring. Honorable, can I talk to you? Can I have a meeting with you? Honorable, can I do this? I said, how much does government give you capitation grant? How much are you filing to get money from government? That is a sample of one school. I discovered 886 people have never registered in that school, but they are getting capitation grant. Who's losing? Don't we have PAC of the district? Don't we have DISO? Don't we have inspector of school? Don't we have education officer? It will take me 146 days to finish 146 district, but the district I live wakes up. I believe Namisindwa is not the same as it was when before I came there. Is it the same? So when I come to Mukono, the chairperson will be happy. When I went to Kabarole, I think the woman MP must be telling you, there is no district that I've gone and I leave a district as it was. When I come to Aswa, I'll sort for you what is hard. 2, I went to Busuyu, the referral hospital of Mbali. The government put 19 workers, 3 casuals, cleaners and gatekeepers, etc. 16 nurses and 3 doctors. 7 midwife and nurses have never reported to the health center. They were appointed on the same day, given study leave on the same day, without reporting at the institution, at the station. But we have all these people, you've been sending them, you send all these people, they go there. So when a minister goes on ground, it is different from when you send institutions. I believe I should not be corrupted. I don't think Honorable Nambooze will be corrupted when you make an ambush in your school where you know there are ghosts and you count. It is your duty. It is a duty of everyone, like I've read for you under the Constitution, that every Ugandan, under Article 17 of the Constitution, it is a duty of every citizen of Uganda to protect, preserve public property, to combat corruption and misuse or wastage of public property or resources. Honorable Nambooze and the committee members, I believe what we are doing is to support the system, to awaken the system. When I wanted to stand for a member of parliament, I went to my chairperson of the party. I told him, Your Excellency, I would like to go and compete. My people are telling me you go and compete. They will vote for me. He said, I've been seeing your rallies, but young people, you are misled. You don't know why I appointed you. Did the Banyoro know you before I made you a minister? Yes. Why didn't they tell you that time that go and stand as a member of parliament? Said, I want you to support me. I'm 81 years old. We have done our part as a revolutionaries. So you, the young people, come and be our backup in the 76,000 villages, in 146 districts, in 10 cities, in over 29 municipalities, in 2,000 plus sub-counties. We must work. We must support these, our fathers and our parents, the fighters. So, Honorable, I believe I can read for you maybe a small thing here. Honorable Chairperson and honorable members of the committee, distinguished officials, ladies and gentlemen, the Minister of Local Government is grateful for this opportunity to appear before the committee and to engage in a discussion on measures to strengthen accountability in local government. The Minister values Parliament's continued engagement on matters of governance, financial management, and service delivery. The Ministry has undertaken several measures to strengthen accountability, improve accountability, functionality, and support better service delivery across local government. These interventions have focused on staffing, supervision, leadership development, policy guidance, performance improvement, project implementation, revenue mobilization, and follow-up on national priority programs. On staffing, the Minister coordinated recruitment for key position in local government, and at the center, contributing to an increase in staffing for critical posts in local government from 60% in June 2022 to 70% in June 2026. While staffing at the ministry headquarters reached 91%, the ministry is continuing to pursue the target of 75% staffing for heads of department, 65% for other categories of staff in local government. The ministry also carried out an induction and orientation program for newly appointed technical officers, chief administrative officers, town clerk, chairpersons, mayors, in order to strengthen leadership compliance and operationalize effectiveness. In addition to the strategic guidance and management training program was organized to the chief administrative officers, while quarterly meeting for all cows and town clerks have continued to serve as a platform communicating policy, reviewing implementation, progress, and follow-up. I think it is on that point 4 when I invited you, the Honorable Chair of the committee, and members of the committee to join us for that induction, which was held at Imperial Royal Hotel a week ago. That was aimed at communicate our position on what we need to do as a local government. That was the intention of having that meeting. The minister has also conducted sector-based engagement with the planners, internal auditors, engineers, education officer, health officer, human resource officers, and other key technical staff in support of compliance and service delivery. Circular and guidelines have been issued on corruption prevention, reporting obligation, parish development model implementation, local government public accounts committee, service commissions, misuse of government equipment, and other operational matters. The minister has also continued to coordinate implementation of parish development model through technical guidance, public awareness inspection, follow-up on compliance issues, and documentation of success stories. To date, over 3 trillion has been disbursed to 10,589 parishes, with each parish receiving approximately 300 million. It is now 400 million because 4 years since the program started. The ministry supported nationwide awareness on radio stations, 5 TV stations, documentation success stories from 54 local government, and conducted compliance inspection, supervision, and follow-up in 120 local governments. Under the Kisanja No Sleep, His Excellency the President has intensified the political and technical accountability through field-based supervision by ministers across Bugisu. Now we are done, we are doing sample of 3 to 4 districts in every sub-region. Renzori sub-region will be this weekend. West Nile I did 3. Last week I delegated Honorable Namere to represent in Budaka. These visits are making our system wake up. I know there are a couple of mistakes on ground, but perfection, the more we work, is the more we shall improve operationalization of these things. And we are working in partnership. When I go on ground, I don't move as a minister of local government. I am accompanied by an officer from DPP, an officer from CID, a team from State House and Corruption, and a legal person from Office of the President or from the President, where we meet even the technical people at the district. We begin with meetings with the district leadership, where members of parliament and ministers from those respective places are invited. So we always do consultation. And sometimes now for Honorable Namere, for her, she worked with the IGG's office. Now, under the Kisanja No Sleep, like I mentioned, we are trying to do checking on infrastructure, market, facility, roads, health. The chairperson, Chalaba Chideke, this weekend I went to Pakwach, where government budgeted for 900 million to do 1 kilometer of low surface, cheap surface road. I found the engineer had done 10 meters, but he had used all the money. He had only 12 million. When I asked him where is the money, he said the money. So now I said, now we have all these systems. You have a CFO, you have a cow, you have RDC, you have DISO. For evidence's sake, for how long are we going to lose money under impunity? So when people act with impunity, take them on. If you remain making reports and putting them in parliament that we act, the Auditor General has made several reports, no action taken. The corrupt are smart, They will run and get a good law firm to defend them. The people we arrested, I will read for you a summary of a few people that we have arrested who have appeared in anti-corruption court. They did not spend 2 weeks. They have not spent 2 weeks in Ruzira. They have been given bail. What is happening with bail? Whatever we are doing. So it will be, it's not a Barugahara model or Balaam model. It is for all Ugandans. And I'm happy that your voters, the voters that give the president the mandate to appoint me also, the same voters who give you the mandate to become members of parliament, are now demanding for accountability. In a district local council like Isingiro, the press should be there the same way, Honorable. You have press in your committee to report what we have budgeted, what we discussed, whether we fought. So whenever we leave these people do whatever they are doing. In Isingiro, they were rated the best district. Ask anyone from Isingiro if Isingiro is the best district. So there is corruption in the awarding committee. The people doing the supervision that they have come to a district and they make Isingiro number one forever. When you become number one, you earn 300 million. The committee coming to award you a number, you give it 100 million and they make you number one. With no mattresses in hospital, with no teachers on the ground, with a dam where government has spent money in one of the sub-county, a dam working meant to supply water in 3 villages, working on one farm, one person's farm. So if a minister remains in office, that we have these people, they are giving us, they are supporting us. Even the president, I believe, is going to make some changes in the nearby future. Because we must have people on the ground who are willing to work. If you are an intelligence officer, I should not wait for a minister to come out, people stop him and tell him, Honorable, you come and say toilet. A sub-county in Maracha where they used 100 million. A toilet where they are telling they spent 20 million. A school in Kasese, 2 weeks ago, they posted a small toilet that it is a kitchen. When I posted it, I said, Kasese, I'm coming. It took them 14 days to put a nice kitchen, expand it, leave the tank, paint it, expecting the minister to go to Kasese this Friday. I mean, let us do what we can. My work is to kuzuksa. Let me kuzuksa the system. I'm totally different. The way we touch things will be totally different. We shall go head on. Then the people who are working, I want to ask you, honorable members, in Mbarara district, where I don't know who comes from Mbarara here, Mbarara city, the mayor, the town clerk of Mbarara, chased away the procurement officer, sent away the CFO that is insane. He declared the CFO insane. She has been appointing someone to do the procurement. She makes the payment.
You wind up.
I'm trying to wind up. I'm giving you just a snapshot. If I don't give you a snapshot, Honorable Chair, I request for another 10 minutes. Mbarara, you take over role of all the 3 positions. How will you combat corruption? They gave a road to make into Ochira Road. They missed out 200 meters. In the quotation or in the contract signed by Solicitor General, they added at the time of payment 216 million. You have auditors, you have park of the district, you have all these things working. So we should show these people that we know what you are doing, and they shall come for you, and it will not be a polite way. The polite way they know, it will not be the same polite way. This generation is totally different. This system is totally different. Let us be remembered that we stood for the country. They may think we are doing the wrong, but the corrupt do the wrong, and they want to be held in a right way. We shall not hold people in a right way. Madam Chair, I went to Bulambuli. There's a toilet, pit latrine, without a pit. But it's a pit latrine, quoted 73 million, properly roofed, commissioned by RDC. What thuggery is that? You commission a toilet and 73 million is spent without a pit, and you're calling it a pit latrine. So I said, what if this RDC wanted to go for a short call and he enters that toilet, or he gets the area and he enters that toilet, what would happen to that toilet? What would happen there? Would he go on that cement and then says, where's the hole? What is it? Why can't we do due diligence as people working in the district? You have councillors, you have all these powerful people. So Corruption is syndicated. And the way it's syndicated, I will take it on because I don't expect an envelope from any of them. I don't need an envelope from a cow. I don't need any facilitation. I've told Mr. Kumumanya, the PS, that the politeness president has told you several times. In Chankwanz, he told you, no more politeness. You either do your job as a PS to tell your people that they are coming for you, or we shall go for them. How many cows have you interdicted so far? 10. Is there no one interdicted without a reason? Are others not waking up? So we should stop being polite on these thieves. Everyone should do his work. Why should a cow spend 1 billion without supervising a road, the road they worked on? Honorable Nambooze and committee members, in Ibulambuli, which is a mountainous area, the president has provided government has provided 1 million per family, people who are doing PDM. In Ibulambuli, I think they have now received close to 18 billion under PDM. These are mountainous places where farmers go to the mountain to work. So to bring their harvest, they must use those maram roads. I give you money to go and put maram. You bring ready loam soil, pour it on the road. Then a minister, good enough, I asked Honorable Simon Mulonge, fellow minister from Bugisu, accompany me to the inspection. As we are moving on a hill, his shoe remains in the mud. So I asked him, so Honorable, is this your maram, how your maram works? The mud to hold the shoelace. I said, now to hold your soul. I said, now I think now you know what has brought me here. Then the engineer said, that is maram. I said, okay, Honorable Fred Yamukama, can you give me some engineers? A team comes from Kampala. Take lab samples at 5 spots. Bring to a laboratory. 0% of maram. And you will see that case when it goes to court. They will say the man has no case. They will tell him go home. And the thuggery continue. Interdiction is 6 months. So the system of interdicting officers for 6 months, I don't think it will work. So what we are going to do, since you are the PAC of local government, I will propose to you very soon. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We are going to change the law. And we make simpler decision making. If court is failing us, if the prosecutors are failing us, let us do a disciplinary committee in a given district. They gave you money to build 3 classrooms, you built 1. We do, Local Government Amendment Act. We put those things. We should hold meetings in the parishes or in the village where a crime has been committed. And we call a committee, we budgeted as government to build 3 classrooms. This money built 1, the other money is not accounted for. What do we do for him? Sir, did you do it? Did you receive the money? Yes. So what do you want us to do? Forgive me. No. No job. Go away. You have children, Honorable Bachireke, who have graduated. They are jobless because nobody knew them. Because nobody has connected them. Because they don't want to sleep with a service commission. They don't have 20 million to buy a job. So this district service commission is another problem. Another nightmare. Another nightmare. And members, this one, support me, we fight it. Service commission, they have mastered it. They have someone they call the service commission secretary who manages the finances. And then you touch them, they run to equal opportunity. Equal opportunity, there is someone there in equal opportunity who listens to them all the time and he gives them breathing space. That time has also come to an end. So, Honorable Chair and committee members, our move is to stop the wound from becoming a cancer. It will be done in that formula we are doing it. We are not using, like I want to inform you members of parliament, Honorable Kumumanya didn't have a budget for public address system. But a minister where he's going, the people are welcoming him. He didn't have budget for monitoring barazas, those barazas you are seeing. So I thought maybe I would also go and maybe use a small public address system in their council hall to speak to a few people. But when you enter a council hall, before you leave, like from Barara you have seen and all these other places, Maracha, people are waiting, people are annoyed. People, they ate their bridge money. People, they ate their school. People are paying school fees, more money than they were paying before UPE was introduced. In a government school in Iganga, they are charging 100,000 for a primary school. But don't we have all these people in place? It's UPE. In Mbale, Mpoma Secondary. Mbale Mpoma Secondary, Honorable Chair, The secondary government of Uganda gives it 150 million. Another one, Bale High, they are getting about 300 million per year. We have paid 28 teachers. In another one, you have given 56 teachers. They are charging parents 300 without food for a day scholar. So what we are doing is for the good of the common man. Umuntu wa wansi. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you. Yes. Mr. PS.
Maybe before the PS speak, I would like to give you the service. Then also I would like to give you client charter 2025-2026. Then I would like to give you our strategic plan 2025-2026, 2029-2030.
Thank you. Now, Mr. PS, that the committee has been coming up at PDM whatever, which we cannot really access on the market. Can you please arrange to send them to members? Yesterday I was reviewing a number of reports, and you see, the man 81 years told him, man, I'm feeling tired, go and do that thing for me. So thank you, Mr. Minister. Mr. Permanent Secretary, you have heard your minister. He's doing the work advisor of the ministry. May I know, first of all, when you came to the ministry?
2016 December.
16. So you have been there for a while, and you have heard all what he has been saying. Most probably you accompany him to some of these. Would you mind if now you address this committee on the technical? You had there's issues I raised, because the minister is a politician and he has given the political accountability. Now give us the technical accountability.
Decentralization was captured in the Constitution. There is a Local Government Act, and many organs were given responsibilities to cause the system to work. But somewhere, somehow, all the systems did not work. And I think when His Excellency says no more sleep, I think it's a confirmation that for one reason or the other, many systems were not working. For example, when I came in, I found there were even no staff in local governments. And so we said, before you do anything, you must have staff. So we have been fighting all the time to make sure we have staff. That was one intervention. The second intervention, we found that log parks, these parks, they were not doing anything. So we now trained them. We have trained them last year, 24-25. We found that small equipment like even printers and computers were not even available. So we mobilized resources. We were able to give printers to planners. We were able to give printers to CFOs, internal auditors. So over the period, we have been building the capacity. And we can say that now the people are there, the trainings have been done, the equipment has been given. For example, one of the issues was that an LC3 chairperson cannot even check on a road or a bridge because they don't have how to reach there. So we looked for resources and provided motorcycles for them. The whole idea was that we stop any excuse. Now last year, because we had also another debate, LC5s would say, you want me to go to bridges, you want me to go to schools, how do I go there? We mobilized resources, we provided a pickup for each of the LC5s. So what I can say that now there is no excuse. And that's why the minister can go in, and you have not heard anyone complaining. They know that they were trained, they were equipped, they are in place, they have resources are being given, and therefore it is time to separate the wrong and the right. And that's why we are supporting this move wholesomely to make sure that we now clean up. But also 3 years ago, we came to Parliament and said it's time to review decentralization, change what is not working, and leave what can work. But I wish to report that that was never honored. We had already seen that there is a problem, these systems are not giving us the results that we need, and we wanted to open it to get discussed so that people can give new views of how we can manage service delivery. But of course, I have also to mention that wrongs are there, but of course, if you go in the countryside, you will find also that some people have been able to do some good work. I normally quote an example of Health Center 3 at Sofia in Busia municipality. This was a place which was just in place as a place for Magendo, for cross-border trade. But decisions were made, and that facility is
Italy. One time, I had an health center too at Goma. It is located at a place called Nyanja. It was rated the best health center too in the country. I was overjoyed, and I went to inspect and to honor the staff, and my people had been classified as the best. Do you know what I found there? That the health center had no toilet, but it was the best. I had to use my personal money to build a toilet for the health center. So these are your best. You are saying there is a health center here which was the best. Mine was rated the best without a toilet. And then it was the best, by the way. So the issue of being the best, talk about the facilities that on the ground.
Chair, information.
The minister, now as you guide, I want to guide you. The minister has painted a picture of, failure. And you have been in the ministry for 10 years. They are interdicting cows, engineers, nurses, assistant nurses, messengers, security guards. You are the head of the technical service in that ministry. So address this committee particularly in that line. Either by saying you disagree with the minister, that is not the picture, or explaining, really, justify, give reasons why you think that you should not be the one to be interdicted first.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Chair. What I can say is the system has very many actors. And I think, and I completely support the statement of the minister, not even now, but since he came in. And all these actors that are in the law, somewhere, somehow, did not do their job. So it needed a time to have like the minister come and question all this. Because all these agencies and government systems and operators have been around, but they have not raised it. So I think what we can do going forward is to really appraise what the minister has done and put in place all that it needs and takes to correct these things. So that's what I can say, because we have been moving, but the question, moving at what percentage? But I think the most important thing is that the time for restructuring, the time for policy reform, the time for legal reform is now. Because for us, we saw it, but we needed resources. We did not get resources to do that reform. But now, let us do the reform, restructure, remove what doesn't work, and put what works so that we make sure we can serve the people of Uganda. But otherwise, Auditor General has been in place, IGG has been in place, all these institutions have been in place, and reports have been there. So it would even be not fair to blame one person out of that system and say it is this person who must answer the shortcomings of these issues. I submit, Chair.
Interdicting cows. Why are you blaming only the cow for system failure? Because you were the chief. And the minister is saying, I'm waking up, sleep, people, lot in the system. And true, every one of us here agrees that that is what is happening. And you are our technical arm. For us politicians, we observe, but we don't touch the money. If you have a ministry, under your ministry, a pit latrine without a pit is being launched, and you are saying that it is a failure of a system, not you, your office. Whom did you interdict before the minister raised this?
Chair, out of those 10, 7 were already interdicted under various. We have interdicted 3 right now. But what I want to submit to Honorable Chair and members is that time for reform is now. Because I mean, you would wait for Auditor General's report to come. It comes every year. You would wait, but also, most importantly, the minister has helped to break the odds and said there is no need to wait for anybody. For me, let me move. But I want to report this committee that restructuring is the solution, because all those institutions that were put in place by law have failed the system more than the ministry, because the ministry was building the local government system to be there. But there are those who are meant to take all these issues. So I think, to me, the good news is that the minister has made a clarion call that join in, let everybody join in, and we now do things differently, and we achieve results for this country. And we have given him full support, and the Minister of State, to make sure that this move becomes successful and results on ground. We are not only interdicting cows. The minister has actually gone into wherever they are deficient.
Mr. PS, I know you as one of the most senior and very competent PS Uganda has at present. And I knew that before I heard you speak. Honestly, from your speech and that of the minister, I don't want to say that I have dropped my thinking, but I think there is a problem. Honorable Minister, I am personal advocate. I have dealt with most of these issues at the defense level. There is a problem which is institutionally developed. Before I give my colleagues a chance to ask, just allow me to give a few remarks. There is
Okay, let me address myself as a
let him not tease you around. Just acknowledge it.
I am a member of parliament.
Yeah.
I have been a resident city commissioner of Soroti City.
Great.
I was RRDC Bulambuli.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So,
Vice this man. You
Rastaman.
Rastaman. Honorable Minister, you are stakeholders. And I agree with the PS, says there are many stakeholders in the governance structure. And therefore, when we see you arrest the the cow, we expected that the auditor should have identified this problem before you reach there. And therefore, we would see where you are arresting an engineer, a cow, the auditor must be part of those arrested. Exactly. Because they are the ones who should be the first eye of this committee. Most of the reports we receive are from Auditor General. And yet these guys on ground are not bothered about what is going on ground. Besides that, you have just said that you move with a number of stakeholders. Another stakeholder in the district that must be giving us information in advance, they did so. Last week we were doing we were on a committee on presidential affairs. We actually confirmed that GISOs are colluding with the parish development committees on restocking. So some of these people should be also checked by other sister agencies, other than just hitting the cows alone. Just like the PS said, he's not alone. There are many stakeholders. Even the other stakeholders must be checked. We want to say DISO being arrested. We want to say auditor being arrested. The cow being arrested, the engineer. The other issue, Honorable Minister, is as we identify these gaps, we should be giving solutions. I come from Kabong. Kabong has only 2 government schools, secondary schools, out of 19 sub-counties. And these schools are supposed to be day, but the teachers stand them to be boarding. Now, because of lack of schools in Kabong, many other students from so many other sub-counties move 60, 70 kilometers to access those 2 schools. And they have been made to pay a lot of money. I know tomorrow when you come to Kabong, they will tell you, we are paying, it's a UP school, we are paying 400,000. What do you expect parents to do? To keep their parents at home? But to pay this little money to go to those schools. So the issue is, we also need to check on other sectors that must perform. Education must have services accessible to these students, so that the schools are day, and therefore no one should be able to pay a day school. But this is a boarding school. Now, the other one is staffing. The last one, Madam Chair. When I was in Soroti as RCC, I had a problem. I was called that there were no medical staffs in the facility by 11 a.m. I went there and I found the gate was locked. So I made calls and we had all the staffs assembled and I arrested them. I discovered later that these very staffs had worked overnight. There were very few. They're supposed to be 18.
You apologized?
6, I did not apologize because the patients were dying at the gate.
Okay.
So the point is, let's also look at increasing the staffing levels. Government must also wake up. Increase the staffing levels in schools, in medical facilities, so that our people access services and our people able. So that as we arrest those who commit.
Please, the idea has been captured. Thank you. I'm sorry to cut you short, but we are running out of time.